Hello musicians. Today we're going to do Hit the Road Jack. And so this is a song that I think was made famous by Ray Charles. And it's a lot of the songs that I use are developing chords by repetition. So this is a really good one for learning the pattern of A minor over down to the G to the F to the E7. So basically we're all tuned up here. I'm gonna position us, but I'm just going to talk about the song and the chords and the moving in between, which is really important. So we've got the arm just coming over here and holding around the neck, pushing it against your body to sort of check in with that and get relaxed, sort of, as you start your practice session. Or you may already be started, so hopefully you're remembering to do that, sitting and just taking that moment to check in and release tension that you might be holding. Okay, so you've got an A minor chord. We're up top here, thumb in the back. And then I'm going to be working that ring finger. As I say often, it doesn't have to do much in regular life. So now we're asking it to be the point of that G chord. And then I'm coming over to the F. Then I'm taking the index finger, the first finger, and coming right up top and dropping these two over. And I swivel a bit on the headstock to get that E7. So I don't think we've had many songs with the E7. You want to get that nice and solid. This is a descending chord pattern, so it's like the musical alphabet in reverse. Of course, a chord is more than one song that's harmoniously pleasing in our ears in the West to make a chord. So individual notes in that, you've got of course there's an A there. So let's just keep adding a little bit to our knowledge as we do our vocal warm-up. So there's a G up top. We know that's a G. La. And because if you've watched my videos in order, and I try to build on the knowledge slowly but steadily, these little markers are showing on the string that when you press the different area, you're going to get a half musical step. Depending on the note that the string is tuned to, you're going to be going up half a musical step. So there's a G. So this would be a G sharp. It's also got another name. It's A flat, depending on whether you're coming up and raising it or going from above and lowering it. So if it's above and lowering it, it's called flattening. So that's A flat. So let's just keep going with the string, because we've got a G. We know that this is G sharp or A flat, and then we've got an A here. So it makes sense that in the A minor chord, you're pressing an A note. So let's just go through the notes of the A minor chord. So we know that we've changed this now to an A. And just for good sense, let's remember that this bottom open string is also an A. So that gives us two A's there. Okay, and then we're also not pressing the C, so that's open. That's a C, of course. So far we've got two A's and a C and then an E. And those are the chords, the notes that you need to form an A minor chord, of course. And so a little bit more knowledge is that because it's minor, so if you start and go, okay, what does that mean? Well, it's the third, a standard minor chord is that the third note from the originating letter. So if it's A, so then it would be the third note from that would be A, B, C. So that note C, if it's major, it's actually a C sharp to follow that pattern of tone, tone, semitone, just depending on how that's working out for a major chord. So when it's minor, you're going to be flattening it. So you may notice that when you make a regular A chord, you've got that A note again, and then you're pressing here to form an A chord. Well, that's C sharp. So there's your A major chord, and then you let that go and you insert a C note. So that's minoring that third. You're lowering it by half a step. Now you've got that sort of melancholy, adding the C tone into it. Okay, so that's your musical theory for today. So let's sing those notes. G again. La, and then go to the A note. La, and let's do that a bit. La, la, more time. G, la, la. We can do that low G, la, la, la. I got it today. I'm a little bit more awake. And then C, la. And then let's go through the other notes. E, listening first. La, back to the C. La, listening. And then pluck the in tune. These are all in tune. La, and then one more note. We'll do that A again. La. Okay, so nothing overly difficult. That's why I'm putting this in the beginner section. You can just do 2 down strums for each chord, focusing on making those very deliberate changes. With the thumb and back, you're forming good hand strength and feeling in control up here. Okay, and this arm is pulling in at the forearm, loose wrist for our strum. You can use your thumb or your fingernail of the first finger. So let's start the pattern. So that's an intro that they've got there at the top. Then 2. And now I'm just doing down strums. J, don't you come back now. A minor, G, F, E, 7. So you can say the chords, it's just over and over again. Hit the road, J, and don't you come back. A minor, G, and F, E7. Oh, J, don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit oh, J, don't you come back no more. Now if you print this in color, they've got the ladies and the men. And so this is would be the men. You just, oh woman, don't you treat me so mean. You're the meanest old woman I've ever seen. I guess if you say so. That's my man voice. I have to pack my thing. And then the ladies would say, that's right. Then they would do hit the road, Jay. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jay. Don't you come back no more. Now the man, baby, listen, baby, don't you treat me this way. For I'll be back on my feet someday. Ladies, you do, cause it's understood. We got no money, you just ain't no good, man. Give a sip, you say so. I'll have to pack my things and get ready, ladies. That's right, hit the road, Jay. Don't you come back. A minor, G, F, E7, hit the road, Jay. I've lost my place. Hit the road, Jay. Don't you come back, no. A minor, G. I'm doing that third line from the bottom. Don't come no more, because then it just goes. There's no A minor. It just goes. Don't you come back no more. Well, there is a bit of. And don't you come back. It's ending on that because it's in the key of A minor. All right. So I would, if you, it's a good one for the mute practice. Down, up, mute, up, down, up, mute, up. And what you can do if you want to work on your muting is just memorize the chord progression, which is repeats the entire time through. And then you can look, you don't have to, you don't have to do the words, you just mute is down, up, right, normal. and then you come through, and I've got videos that have in the title mute with some lessons on there. So it's down, up, then you come across, and you strike the strings to get the sound. So you want to make sure that your finger's coming across, and then almost simultaneously that hand is silencing the strings, but you got to get that blurp, and then, so practice is doing, so then down, up, so those are open strings, then mute, and then open up. You can just do that, and then the chord down to the G, so it's down, up first, and here's our mute. Now change your chord and do a down, up, mute, up, and then up to the E7, down, up, here's your mute, and then it's over. It just adds a little bit more percussion. I hope you've had fun with that and work on that progression. It's a great introduction to, I'm going to do Stray Cat Strut in an intermediate level, and it's got that, but it's also got a bunch of other harder chords in it as well, like B flat and is there an E minor? Anyways, it does do a lot of that. So it's like, how does the Stray Cat Strut? Black and on stray cat sitting on a fence, A minor G. So if you can master this, it's really fun to get this all sorted out. And then as we progress, you would be able to find Stray Cat Strut less challenging because you've already got this going on, those 2 beats. There's only 2 beats per chord. So that's adding to your challenge, right? Because you don't get 4 beats or even more before you have to change the chord to the next one. So that's adding a little bit, but I don't think it's too hard if you've followed my lessons in the beginner level right from the beginning. But if you haven't, then you might find this more of a challenge. So just keep working on your chords. Always go slow, and that'll help you with your progress. All right, hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, please like, subscribe, share the video with anyone that you think might enjoy my methods, and I will see you on the next video.